Yeah, this week on offense will be Levi Brown and Jordan Dowry. On defense, we've got Malik Gant and Malik Thompson. Malik Thompson is just a guy that continues to have a tremendous senior year. Probably he's gone about his business and he's a really good player for us right now. As you all know, we've got a great challenge going to Southern Miss. You guys have all been there. They got great traditions. The thing about that Southern Miss team is they're probably, if not one of the most talented teams in our league. They're like the top 1 or 2 in our league in total offense, the top 1 or 2 in our league in total defense, and you don't have those stats out there if you don't have good players. So they've got excellent players. They got a quarterback that's throwing for a bunch of yards. They got a defense that's been very stingy in the red zone, and stat-wise, they're one of the top defenses, if not the top defense in our league. So anytime you go on the road, you got to take, of course, your toughness and your leadership. These 4 guys I mentioned will have to do that along with the rest of our players. So we got to have a great week of preparation. We get kind of a day ahead of things. We had a Tuesday night practice, or Tuesday practice last night. So today's Wednesday, and 2 Thursdays, and get ready to play. So we're excited. Our players are excited, and looking forward to the challenge.
Doc, you've played them more than anybody in the league. Do you feel like it's kind of a special kind of rivalry?
Yeah, I think, as you mentioned, that's the one team I know that since I've been here, we've played every year I've been here. So, been there multiple times. That team, again, probably, as far as tradition in our league, I mean, you think of us and them as probably having more tradition and more history than probably anybody in our league as far as football is concerned. So, it's an excellent team, as I mentioned before, and Jay's done a nice job down there. So it'll be a great challenge for us that we're looking forward to.
Sort of their scenario coming into this week, does that remind you of your all scenario down the stretch last year? They've lost a lot of close games, and it's just been a turnover here or there that's really hindered them. They're much better in 3 and 4.
Well, they are. I mean, like I say, if you look at, of course, stats don't mean a whole lot at times, but if you look at them statistically, you don't put up the numbers they put up on both sides of the ball if you don't have good players on offense and defense. And the other thing about, you guys have followed Southern Miss through the years, clear back in the days when they were beating Alabama's and all those people they were beating. They're located in probably one of the most talent-rich, places in the country that's got the best. They got junior college football in the state of Mississippi may be the best there is, and we've got a lot of good high school players in that area, so they should be talented. I mean, and they do a good job recruiting, which I'm sure Jay does. They've got good players at every position. So as I mentioned before, they are a talented team that turnovers have been a problem for them. And that's the reason they've lost a couple games there. So if they get that corrected, they're going to be a handful. So like I say, it's going to be all about us going down there and playing really well in all 3 phases and continue what we've done the last couple of games.
For you all, taking care of the ball is a point of emphasis the last couple of games. Y'all have done it, but does that take on more meaning against Southern Miss? It seems like they grind the game away a little bit and like to win that time possession battle.
I think any game you go into, number one, you got to play great defense. That's where it starts. And you hear me say it all the time. The last couple of weeks we've played great defense. We've taken away the strength of that particular team, whether it be the vertical throws against Old Dominion and the run game against FAU. And then the thing offensively we talk about is taking care of the ball. We've done that, and then we've won the special team battles. So I think every game you play comes down to doing those things, and if you can do that, then you got a great shot at winning the game, and that'll be no different Saturday.
How beneficial was this open week to heal physically and then reset mentally?
I don't think there's any question, that we got a lot of guys that are back now. I don't foresee anybody not playing Saturday at this point, but if we'd had a game this past Saturday, there would have been 3 or 4 guys that wouldn't have played in that game. So I don't think there's any question that open date helped us a lot as far as getting guys back and healthy. And that's a 4-game stretch now. You're in a 4-game stretch that every game's a championship game at this point. So you got to go get ready to play them all, starting with, of course, Southern Miss.
For Alex, I know that he sort of got thrown in, immediately against Middle Tennessee and has built his way up. How important was last week for him to sort of get, fine-tune the things with the receivers? Especially, it seemed like deep balls were right there and just a tick away from being connections.
Yeah, I think he's grown as a player and got more comfortable with every game he's played. I think as you as well as I have, I think I saw improvement from game 1 to game 2 to game 3, and I expect the same kind of improvement going into game 4 because he's a competitive guy that works extremely hard at what he does. Threw the ball extremely well last night. I thought in practice and see him getting better every week, so he's going to have to continue to do that this week.
With that, how does Isaiah fit into the mix right now?
He's back out there. back out in practice and, just throwing the ball around a little bit, we'll see it again. But, Alex right now is our quarterback, and we'll move forward in that direction.
The running game with, getting going the last couple weeks and changing the dynamic up of the offense a little bit. How important is it to establish that, stay ahead of the sticks, like what you all have done the last 2 or 3 years?
It's always critical, and what you've got to be able to do, regardless of who you're playing, is take advantage of what they give you. And I think the last couple of weeks we've done that. Been able to run the football at times, and got in that game in the fourth quarter of both those particular games, and had the ability to run the football and put it away, which was critical on our part. So we had the ability to run it, and we got to throw it a little better, which I think we will, and we should be fine.
This one sort of have a lot of talk about offenses these days with college football. This one sort of has that old school feel of, 2 really good defenses and a field position battle and all those things you used to hear about.
Well, anytime, like I say, they played tremendous defense. You look at stat-wise, they're one of the top defenses in our league, and, we take great pride in what we do here defensively. So, I'm sure both defenses will play extremely well, and, offenses, we work really hard taking care of the football and take advantage of what they give us. So it's going to be a battle. We know that it's going to be a physical game. It always is. Anytime we play Southern Miss, it's an extremely physical game, and it won't be different on Saturday.
Do you anticipate them going with that freshman that they use the quarterback?
I don't know. I'd be surprised. I would be surprised if they don't play that number 1 offense or number 2 offense in the league, wherever they are, was behind the other guy, and he's throwing the ball really well, and, the freshman went in there and played well. He did. So I would assume we'll see the starter that's been playing for him all year, and, we'll see. Okay? Thanks, guys.